You would be surprised how many people use this, and it's surprising. Actually, it's not surprising. It should be surprising. It's not the small retail trader. You know, most guys that do day trading and do that at home and whatnot, they don't use this stuff. But I tell you who uses it. The biggest hedge funds out there. The people that actually move markets. The people that actually have significant amounts of capital, okay? When you talk to the richest people in the financial industry, they are always esoterically educated and they know exactly how to apply this. Let's say astrology, they know exactly how to apply things like feng shui, I Ching, metaphysics, magic, witchcraft, spirits, all of that. They know exactly how to apply that to financial markets. Are you going to tell me that with the odds stacked against you, as they are, you think, why is it that so few people can actually make it? You know, not just in the when it comes to trading, but let's talk about business. Let's talk about all this stuff. Okay? This is extremely hard to do. You got to beat odds that are just they're incredible. How do you become a billionaire? Do you know how unlikely it is to become a billionaire? Never mind billionaire. Do you know how unlikely it is to become a multimillionaire? This is extremely hard to do. The only way to do that is you need to beat the odds, and that can only be done by an information advantage. You have to have tools that are better than all the other tools that people have, because you're competing with them, right? So the internal development is necessary in order to create the external results. Your spiritual development goes hand in hand with all of that stuff, right? You might think that I never heard of that, or that's not what most people talk about. Like, find people that are extremely successful and have a conversation with them. After a couple minutes, you will see that they are spiritually extremely, extremely in tune and educated, okay? And if they don't talk about it, they're just gonna not want to talk about it. Okay, all this bullshit that you hear out there, listen. Now, of course, you can listen to people like Charlie Munger and all of these people. Now, first of all, you should listen to the people that are at the next level that you want to get to. Okay, if you have $100 to your name or $10,000 to your name or whatever, you shouldn't be listening to people like Warren Buffett or other billionaires. Why the fuck would you listen to them? Now, first of all, do you think people like Ray Dalio sit in a fucking talk show out of the goodness of their heart? He's a hedge fund manager, bought by China, absolutely bought by China, owned by China. And do you think he just sits there to get people to actually win? He's in a very competitive sphere. It goes against his own self-interest to let people actually know what he's doing. Okay, so you can buy all of his fucking books, you can listen to all of his interviews, but first of all, he's not going to give you the secret sauce. He's going to give you principles, but maybe you heard about his books that he put out there, principles, and like the last 5 years he published 3 books, which were all basically just a marketing scheme for China and the Chinese economy, which is not doing well right now, but that's a different topic. But he's owned by them. Secondly, why the fuck would you do that? If you have been the best hedge fund manager for many, many years, or your fund is doing well or better than all the others, why the fuck would you give out your secrets? You're basically feeding your competition. It makes zero sense. And next, it's kind of ridiculous, because if you have people sitting there that earn 2, 3, 4 billion a year in performance fees and performance fees as well as management fees and whatnot, and you have $100,000 to your name, why the fuck would you listen to that guy? You can't apply that stuff anyway. You can't apply that stuff. It doesn't make sense to apply any of this stuff. because you're not going to be able to reproduce it. And secondly, it's out of your reach. It doesn't even make sense. The people that know exactly what information to use and information to filter, they're going to do well. So you should consistently and slowly expand your comfort zone and your sphere of influence. It doesn't make sense to jump from here to the max. Okay, so always listen to people that are just a little bit ahead of you, Now, so how does financial astrology actually work? Now, financial astrology is, you could say, quantum physics, applied to quantum physics. It's not that the planets actually have an influence, okay? The planets have a gravitational pull, right? But when it comes to the birth chart of the person, the planets are supposed to have an influence on the individual, right? So when the child is born, the gravity of the mother is larger, or the effect of the gravity of the body of the mother on the baby is larger or bigger than the influence of the gravity of Jupiter on the baby. So gravity does not transfer the influence. What we're looking at is an energy field. All of the universe, all people, everything is just energy fields. And these energy fields work based on quantum physics. Now, we have to understand the developments of these energy fields. What are they doing right now? How are they acting relative to each other, and so on and so forth. Now, the planets and the movement of those planets, the position of those planets, just signify, they're a symbol for what energy fields are doing right now. The energy fields that build the fabric of our reality. So we're not saying that Venus is doing something, or Venus is having that effect on the markets. Venus in that position signifies that the energetic environment is doing something that is going to show us a certain effect in the financial markets and the economy as a whole. I hope that's clear. Okay, so we're talking about quantum physics and energy fields. The planet in itself is just an indicator of what's going on.
If you want to learn how the planets influence and affect the stock market and profit from that knowledge, you can sign up for the free Grail of the Serpent Astro Finance newsletter. It includes fundamental, technical, and astrological analyses, as well as concrete stock picks. All markets with significant liquidity, as well as crypto markets, will be covered. Sign up for this incredibly valuable, bi-weekly resource by using the link in the description under this video.